This started as a dream 3 years ago, and it took a lot of support by both Israeli and Palestinian authority to allow this moment of history to begin. And it's such an honor for me to stand here as a mother. It's about the children. It's about the children worldwide, in places where women don't have any voice, to hold a child who loses their limb to a landmine or their life. And I'm so proud to stand here because it's the whole village. It's everybody has helped realize this moment, so that 5 children have died here in this field, and we hope that will never happen again. In fact, with the cooperation through Roots of Peace of both Israeli and Palestinians coming together for peace from the ground up, it's not only the metaphor of a hatred of a landmine going off, but it's the hatred in our hearts. And to see grapevines planted and children being able to play on playgrounds, as a mother of 4 children myself, it's just my very humble honor to be a small part of this moment of history. Well, actually, the obstacles I was able to jump through, I actually worked, again, I'm a proud American, but I worked to lobby at the Knesset to bring forth the first ever humanitarian mine action bill, which allows us to be here. That was March 14th, 2011, and it took the permission to allow, to even introduce the concept that no child should ever have to suffer from the perils of a landmine. So it's been really a cooperation between both Israel and, of course, the Palestinian Authority, and the honor that I had when my great president, Barack Obama, was here on March 21st, as the sun went down. I was invited by President Abbas, Abu Mazen, to meet at the palace here in Bethlehem. I had the honor of shaking his hand, and with his blessing and his tremendous support, as well as that of the governor and the mayor of Bethlehem, another mother, Vera Baboon, we've been able to do what everyone has said is the impossible, and that's to remove one landmine from a place called Bethlehem. I will do everything that I possibly can to remove any sort of barriers to peace on earth in any peace process, and I will do whatever I can in my small footsteps as a mother. This is the first minefield that has taken 3 very, very hard years of trust on both sides, and up until the last minute of even arriving here. You know, my flight was canceled. I missed yesterday's celebration, but I flew to Dubai and over to Amman and drove into Bethlehem just to be here, to stand with the proud Palestinian families here, and to shake the hand of a shepherd who lost his arm in this same field to a landmine. So this is the beginning, and Roots of Peace is not going away. We hope to raise the money. It takes money to remove landmines. And I raised this through Napa Valley, through private friends in America who are not Jewish, they're not Palestinian, they're not even Christian, but they care about human beings and children. This is the first field. And I say thank you to Shirley and Paul Dean, who gave me the $500,000 as American mother I was able to raise. Raising $500,000 is a lot of money. It's very hard, and you can't give up. I have 4 children myself and a husband and a very comfortable life, but it's not comfortable to know that there's landmines, that children in Palestine go to sleep, parents wondering whether their children can play safely. So my dream is to start with this first landmine removed from the fields of Bethlehem, and then up to Jenin and places all throughout Palestine where there's an estimated 1.5 million landmines in the Holy Lands. I think the world would understand that the Holy Lands are not holy when there's landmines in the ground. I really do. I think this is the first step towards a peace process. It's not only peace talks that have happened here, this is peace action. This is a field where peace and the peace process has been embodied by both Israelis and Palestinians. So this is a humanitarian effort, a beginning that we hope, and we thank the media for being here, because this shows that peace is possible. You know, I came from the United States, and earlier this month I was watching the Boston Marathon on television. Many of my friends were running in that race, and no one ever would have imagined the limbs of athletes and friends and children being blown up to a metaphorical landmine. It was an act of terror. It was terror in the ground. And to remove the landmines and to plant the grapevines, it's removing terror at this time in human history from all over the world. And we can't think of what can't work in this not only this country but in this world right now. We need to think of what can work. We need to focus on this one area of peace and magnify it to the whole world, so that this great man standing next to me, this brave shepherd who lost his arm in this same field, his children and grandchildren will never have to suffer such tragedy. And I pray for those in Boston, and from Boston to Bethlehem, that no seeds of hatred may be detonated anywhere in this world, and we may work towards peace in all faiths, colors, and creeds. That's my purpose in being here.
Thank you.